Hey. Welcome back to another episode of MirrorTalks Live. Y'all, let me go ahead and get this disclaimer. I know I sound like somebody uncle. I lost my voice over the weekend, so it's slowly coming back. But hey. So what I need y'all to do is go ahead and pop in. Let me know, excuse me, where y'all are tuning in from. Let me send it out. Can y'all share for me? Facebook, I need y'all to share. I need y'all to send the YouTube link. Uh, Let me make sure my volume is down. But when y'all come in, say hey. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right. All right. So again, when y'all come in, let me know that y'all are in here so I can speak. And we're gonna get the show rolling. I'm gonna give it till about 8:05 so people can get in because I really want to dive right into the conversation. And before we start, for real, I do want to send my prayers to any and everybody in the Chicago area. I don't know if you all heard, but earlier this week, Chicago got hit with a really bad tornado. And if you know, like I know, we ain't never heard nothing about Chicago getting no tornadoes. So yeah, these are the times we're in. And so one of my panelists for tonight lives in the Chicago area, and so he will not be able to be on with us, and it really hurts my heart. But definitely sending prayers to those who, you know, were affected by the tornado and the storm. So yeah. But y'all, hey Rashida, when y'all come in, definitely speak. Hey Pops, what's up? Everybody on Facebook, I'm gonna pin this like every couple of not minutes, but every so often in the live, I'm gonna ask y'all to come over to YouTube simply because I am trying to get all of my traction over to YouTube. I don't know when, but at some point, Mirror Talks will not be on Facebook. The live won't be on Facebook. Everything will go through YouTube. I'm just trying to pretty much gather my people in one place. But yeah, y'all go ahead and send the live out for me. I can't see who's on. I see Rashida. I see Pops in the comments on Facebook. Y'all let me know where y'all tuning in from. I'm about to get ready to bring up our guest for tonight. And also, as we begin to talk, as we begin to dive into these questions, if you would like to come up and give your perspective, if you don't want to, y'all, I wish I could see my bestie backstage right now. But if you would like to come up and give your perspective, I definitely am not opposed to people coming up, especially since it was supposed to be one female and one male panelist. I don't want it just to be the women in the conversation tonight. It's Mercedes Dion. Let me see if I can put it in the comments. Let me see if I can link it to you. Give me 1 second. Share. Link. I hope it does it. Let me see. Reply. Is it gonna let me reply? All right. It's sent it. Okay, I just sent it. Okay. All right, y'all. So let me go. Let me start. So tonight's episode is entitled Dating Again After Healing. And I really wanted to bring this perspective to the table because I see a lot of people, we talk about healing, but I don't really see a lot of people talking about it in a healthy way. And so, well, let me put this plug because PD been doing his thing. If you have not caught Relationshipology by Pastor Darius Daniels, man, hop on that. It's two Sunday recordings and two Wednesday recordings, and This man, he talked about friendship the first Sunday. He talked about relationship, dating, and the last Sunday, and then this Sunday coming up, he's gonna talk about marriage. And so definitely go tune in, because yeah. But one of the things I wrote down is healing changes your dating appetite. And so I'm going to bring Chanel on. We're going to unpack that a little bit, and then we're going to get into these questions. So without further ado, I want y'all to tell my bestie from the Westie, hello. We're going to bring Miss Chanel to the table. How you doing, bestie?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for coming on. Y'all, today was a day I attempted to do my hair and ended up looking like Lord Farquaad. So we had to hat it up today, and it's okay. We gonna keep it rolling. But y'all, this is Chanel. This is my bestie. We met 3 years ago. Yeah, she is part of the Fantastic Four. She's absolutely amazing. And there go Dime. There's one of the other Fantastic Four. We're not gonna see Shan tonight because they're doing their podcast. And so even if you don't hop off this, but make sure y'all are following Cooley in the Game on YouTube. Their podcast is absolutely amazing, so make sure y'all check that out as well. So friend, healing changes your dating appetite. In what ways do you think healing changes your dating appetite?
Healing changes.
Oh wait, hold on, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Friend, introduce yourself. They don't know who you are. I'm sorry. I'm excited.
I was about to say, we're trying to dive in. But my name is Chanel. Like Sadie said, I stalked her and we've been friends ever since. But I am a hairstylist based out of Raleigh, North Carolina. So I do natural hair. And yeah, I'm just getting in the YouTube world. So I thank my friend for bringing me on and getting me out my shell.
Yes. But yeah, let's dive right into it. Healing changes your dating appetite. How?
Well, I'm gonna start with the one who changed my dating appetite, which is God. It was actually me wanting what he wanted. And in what he wanted, that made my appetite change because I know he wants a man or a woman of fruit who can produce fruit. And in the past, I was not looking at no fruit, child. I was in these streets. So now that I'm in my healing era, I'm looking at fruit now. I'm looking at self-control. I'm looking at how you forgive. I'm looking at how you lead. So my appetite changed because God changed my appetite for what I deserve.
Yes, I had this saying where I say healed ears hear differently, and healed, hey mom, good evening, healed eyes see differently. Most of the time when you're hurt, y'all please tell. Okay, Dylan. Okay. So y'all, you never know what you're gonna get on MirrorTalks. But I'm just of the thought that when you're hurt and when you're operating out of loneliness or trauma or disappointment, you most times see things from a place of offense. You don't really see things clearly. And so the reason I really wanted to come on and talk about dating again after healing is because I want us to dissect like what really changes when you start pursuing relationship from a healed place. I don't think we talk about it enough. I absolutely don't think the church talks about it enough. One of the things that Darius Daniel said in Bible study yesterday was you have to date with discernment, and that thing blew my mind because I'm looking at these notes. Mind you, I've prepared for this podcast weeks ago, and when I was looking through like the questions and the notes from what I've been doing and what I've been studying, and for him to say some of the similar things, I'm like, okay, Lord, you are echoing this to the world. Like you're echoing this because the world needs to hear and talk about dating from a healed perspective. So, a few of the questions I said to ask after you started healing were, instead of asking the question, do they like me? Hey man, I want you to start asking, do I like who I am when I'm around them? I think sometimes, especially if you've been
Mm.
single for quite a while, the question stems around the question stems around, do they like me? I wonder if they like me. No, how is your nervous system around them? Um, this is my opinion. I don't really subscribe to the butterfly thing anymore because why am I anxious? Why
Exactly.
am I anxious when I'm around you? Oh, they give me butterflies. No, I'm gonna know you're the man for me when my nervous system is calm when I'm around you. That's what I feel. Another question was, is there chemistry? Instead of asking, is there chemistry? I want you to ask, is there consistency? Because there can be chemistry and they can be inconsistent as all outdoors. And if they are inconsistent, then he don't like you, sis.
For real.
And the last one was, could this become some, instead of saying could this become something, how about we ask, what are they actually showing me right now? Women, we are nurturers. Women, you give us something, we're going, if you give us nothing, we're gonna turn it into something, right? You give us a house, we make it a home. You give us groceries, we give you a meal. You give us your seed, we give you a baby. Women by nature are incubators. We turn nothing into something all of the time. And instead of us asking, can this be something? How about we pause and we take the wedding dress off of the display. We cancel the invitations. We cancel all of these things we have in our mind potential wise, and we ask ourselves, what is this person showing me right now? If this man, and fellas, if this woman never changes,
Mm.
can you see your life? Can you see yourself doing life with them? So those were just a few of the starter questions I want y'all to start asking yourselves. Like, instead of asking the one, ask the other and see if you really rocking with the person like you think you're rocking with the person. Um
Real.
Sometimes healing,
Oh, go
huh?
ahead. I was about to say, I love when you said, do I even like you? Because a lot of times when we say, does that person like me? We tend to settle.
Yeah.
Then when we get into that relationship, we realize, dang, I didn't even like you. Like, I don't know why I like this trait, because now you're looking disgusted when that's something that you should have even evaluated. Do I even like him? And you have to be a friend to even know that.
Yes. And it goes back to last week. Good sex will keep us in a bad situation. Good sex will, that's why you're not supposed to go in. And I know y'all love to say, well, I know people who did one night stands and they've been married for 50 years. Yeah, that's good. Whoop doo doo. But that shouldn't be what your relationship is based off of. That should not be the foundation of it. And so what did PD say? Y'all, I'm gonna give y'all a lot of quotes from there because that's I've been watching it for the last 3 days. Um but yeah, I'll just leave it there. Good sex make you stay in something that you should have said bye to a long time ago. I want to pause right here and say sometimes healing doesn't make dating easier. It actually makes your dating pool smaller because you can no longer comfortably entertain what the unhealed version of you would have accepted. And that's basically what Chanel just said. Oh, I love that. You literally just said what I had
Um,
already read that. All right. So for my viewers, I want to ask y'all a few questions. And if I have anybody that can type them in the chat, I would love you for life. What is something the healed version of you will never tolerate again? Chanel's gonna answer the question, but I want to ask y'all too. What is something that the healed version of you will never tolerate again? And y'all, Chanel did not get her questions
I,
beforehand, so she actually has to give us, like, this is not premeditated. This, she ain't had time to think about it. We're getting a raw reaction.
I I'll never tolerate a man making me shrink. Um,
I
I
like
feel
that.
when I was in relationships, even though I didn't have like a full-blown relationship with God, I
Mm-hmm.
still knew that God was there. And I knew myself well enough to know that I'm right and my instinct is right. And sometimes men will make you feel so small and make you feel so stupid that you didn't even listen to what God at the time tells you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when a man could easily make me shrink to think that I didn't hear what I thought I heard. So that's what I know now. You can't make me shrink. Going all day with no communication. That's
Yeah,
good.
that's good, Tamika.
Myself.
I want to pause right here and I want to talk about what Dime said. Now, listen, I'm a mom, I'm a business owner. Lord, about to be thrown full fledged into ministry in a few months, and I do a lot. It's a girl on TikTok. I absolutely love her videos. She holds her phone up to the thing like she does this. Hold on, because I want to do. She does this, y'all. She hold her phone up. She do a voice thing, and she be like, "Hey, babe, sorry that I didn't get a chance to talk to you earlier. I've been super busy at work, but as soon as I get home and get settled after I shower and after I eat, I'm definitely gonna call you because I want to hear about your day. I love you. I hope you have an amazing day. Talk to you soon. Bye." That took 17 seconds.
Mm,
17 seconds. If that man can go 24 hours without communicating with you at all, fellas, if that woman can go 24 hours without communicating with you at all, they do not like you. Ain't ain't nobody that busy in the world that
right.
you cannot allot 17 seconds to just check in. And I'm not even asking for a full-fledged conversation. Some days I don't want to talk. You can ask the fancy, you can ask my people. I After the second day they ain't heard from me, no text, no reel. You know what I'm saying? No TikTok videos. Y'all heard from Sadie's.
Right.
I go through moments where I don't want to talk. But if I love you and if you're a part of my life, I'm gonna check in. We
Right.
recently, Diamond, I'm gonna tell your testimony, Diamond. One day, I think it was last week, we ain't hear from her the whole day. We simply put in the chat, Shane put in the chat, Diamond, if you're okay, heart this. And Dime hearted it. That was the end of it. We didn't need to talk to her. Ain't nobody had to go beat down the door. We knew she was good. If you can't do that, what are we doing?
Correct.
And one of the things I love is how my friends love me. And if you can't love me how my friends love me, you're not it.
Exactly.
You're not it. What Matt say? And this is a man saying it. I, I want it to be
I
known
love
that this
that.
is a man
I
saying
love
this.
that.
Because y'all love to say that women be projecting and women be. No, this is a man saying that it is a lack of likeness that makes you not
Yeah.
check in.
At least say hi.
Hello. Good morning.
Right. Send me a reel.
Something.
Let me know that you're thinking about me when you see that video.
Craziness. Okay, y'all. So let's
And
oh,
like I
all
said,
right.
manipulation. That was real good.
Mika. Tamika, yeah. So chat, let's do this one. What is something you used to call chemistry that you now realize was dysfunction? Oh, we going deep tonight.
I'm gonna be real. Sex, okay? Um, I am delivered, and we be thinking about it, but we do.
Oh, keep going.
And I'm delivered now. I am 6 years on my abstinent journey, but it came from a whirlwind of just living a promiscuous sex life. And I can say it was because in my mind, connection and love was because you were having sex with me. So that's my confession, but I'm delivered.
And that's and honestly, that's a lot. Again, it really go back to good sex makes you stay in situations where
Yes.
even if you are hurt, even if you're living in a toxic state, even if you aren't delivered, and you know, like deep down inside that you're better than what you're allowing to happen in your life.
Yep.
Like you know you're better than that. So I want y'all to answer it. Come on, y'all. What is something you used to call chemistry that you now realize was dysfunction? I wanna let's be free tonight. Let's get free
No
tonight.
clue.
Amen. Man, I really want a guy to come up here and talk. Like,
I think you should come on, Matt. Come on. Come on up. Come on up. Come on up.
come on
We need
in the
another
room.
perspective. We would love it.
And if you want to come up, y'all, please let me know. And I'm gonna send the link to come in the studio. But I want somebody else. Oh, yours the same as Chanel? Okay. Did I answer? Let me see. No, that's not mine.
Who said that? Die.
Mm-hmm.
That's my girl.
Well, I guess that one would be one, but oh, okay. Um Men spending money on me.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, so and this is my story, this is my truth. If it offends anyone, not sorry. Um my father and my grandfather were not okay, you know how you would prefer somebody to like go out and purchase you something, even if it's not expensive, it's the thought that counts. Like they went out, they got you something that they know you really like whether it was something they remembered you talked about, or your favorite color, your favorite
Mhm.
flower, whatever. That's intentionality. I came from men who were wealthy, who just threw money, you know. Oh, she need this, here's the money. Not necessarily coming to the event, not necessarily coming to the recital, not necessarily coming to the pageant, but oh, she needs this for that, let me just give the money. So the older I got, I equated men spending money on me with loving me, because for years that is what my grandfather and father did.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
So now, let me make this clear. I'm not saying you can be broke, Bookie. Don't take that as to what I'm saying. But you will never get me by throwing money at me. If in
Right.
fact, if you lead with your money, I'm definitely good on you. I'm good on you. Because I would rather there be intentionality. Like a couple of years ago, I remember when I had the green hair. Let me get these. Okay. Just let me know, man, and I'll send it to your messenger. Well, let me go ahead and send I'll go ahead and send it to your messenger. And if you can pop in, please. So I don't know if y'all remember when I had the green hair. And he probably gonna watch this at some point. But I was conversing with a gentleman who Matt, what's your name on here? What's Matt's name on here, y'all?
On Instagram.
I'm gonna send it to his Facebook because that's what I had up. Okay, I sent it, Matt. It's in your Facebook Messenger. But yeah, I was conversing with this guy. I don't really want to say we were dating just yet. But I remember one night I was doing a live, and on the live I was talking about how the kids was gone for that particular weekend. I did not know what I wanted to eat. And then my chat, if y'all know back then when I was on TikTok, y'all, like I ate, slept, breathed, like I was on live with y'all all the time. And so I basically was letting my chat decide what I was gonna go eat. And they ended up bringing up Chili's. And so, I love the Southwestern egg rolls at Chili's. And before I could click off the live, mind you, I didn't even know this man was in the live. Before I could click off the live, and you have to understand that this man lived on the other side of the world, but he sent me money. But and again, in this instance, it's all he could really do because of where we live. But he sent me money, and in the note, it was egg rolls. It was like the little burrito emoji. For me, that's intentionality, because you ain't just throwing money at me, but you heard me say I wanted a thing and you ensured that I got it. I didn't need him to send me anything. But that's like intentionality. If you hear me say I like painting, and then you set up a painting silk, what they call painting silk, like that's intentionality. Yeah. Like you're not just throwing racks on a bag, or you know what I'm saying? Like there's intentionality behind how you spend your money, not just you spending your money, if that makes sense.
Right.
So anybody else before I move on to the next section? Y'all, come on, y'all. I need y'all to come in. Cause y'all was hooting and hollering last week. Y'all quiet this week. And this is a chill week. I feel like we doing good this week. I be shocking myself, y'all.
With the questions you come up with.
One of the biggest challenges after healing is figuring out the difference between discernment and defensiveness. Sometimes we say I've healed, so I have boundaries. But are they really boundaries, or are they just walls? We'll say I know what I want now. But are those standards or impossible requirements designed to keep anyone from getting close? Y'all love to say I'm protecting my peace. But have you protected your peace so much that nobody can actually enter your life? That's why I really want y'all to come back on the last episode for this month. That one is entitled, What If God Isn't Making You Wait? Because y'all love to say y'all waiting on God. And it ain't even just a relationally. Like y'all love to say that y'all are waiting on God. And God is waiting on you to make a decision. And that's where discernment comes in. And that's why I'm telling y'all, like, y'all just got to go back and watch. Okay, hold on. Let's see what man said. Even as a man, I definitely had walls and ran into some walls too. Listen, but here's the thing about, okay, boundaries. We talked about boundaries. What's that? When we talked about, did we talk about boundaries last week too, Chanel? Yeah, so boundaries are good. They're necessary. Yeah. But some of y'all boundaries are actually walls. And here's the thing about a wall. You're not just keeping others out, you're imprisoning yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you're not making space for somebody to be able to come in and love you for real. And again, I know we're talking about dating, but this can even spill over into friendships.
Yeah.
The Bible says, if you want friends, you got to show yourself friendly. Y'all be walking around here with that RBF. I had to think about how you say it. Because even the thing about when we're looking, like when people look mean, please get this girl. with the thing about like not being approachable. I don't. I Now that I'm healed, I don't like when people start off their like getting to know me as a well, I was scared to approach you. Like I do have a no nonsense face, but I also feel like I'm one of the most approachable people that you'll ever meet. Like once you get and here's the thing, it kind of contradicts itself when you say once you get to know me, because you're not gonna know that I'm approachable. Yeah, never mind. I don't know what it is about my face. I'm actively working on it, guys. I don't know.
Hey, people say they think I'm bougie until they meet me and they realize I'm down to earth. So probably a little bougie, but
See, there go Diamond. See, I feel like I am. Diamond, you don't think I'm approachable? I would ask you to come up, but I know you ain't gonna come up, so
you already know Dime stance about both.
oh, okay, yeah. We're gonna move to the questions. So Chanel. I gotta go to where the one for the women. Okay, let's start off with this one. What does healed enough to date actually look like? Do you believe someone needs to be completely healed before entering another relationship? She's talking about very bougie. Oh, hold on. Hold on.
That
Because
came
y'all
from a
really feel
man.
about everybody who is a real friend of mine, their story is the same. They be like, girl, we thought you was mean until we got to know you. And then it's like you the silliest person we know, like you so goofy. I don't know, y'all. I'm working on a guy gon' but y'all know not to play with me. Okay, never mind. Friend, let me ask it again. What does healed enough to date actually look like? And do you believe someone needs to be completely healed before entering another relationship?
I'm gonna come back to the first one. The second one, I think healing is an ongoing process because you can say that you're healed, but you'll never know how truly healed you are until you're in some type of relationship, whether that be a friendship or a relationship with your man or your woman. Because I thought that I was healed until I met my friends, Sadie, Shannon, Dime, who just helped me in so many ways and made me realize, oh shoot, I got some more work to do. Or oh what wow, I get offended easily, which was major. Or yes, it's okay for me to have emotions, but I'm overly emotional that I can't move. So I would have never known those things without some type of relation. And then when I start dating, there's even more things that's going to be explored, triggers that I didn't even know were even there or dormant is going to come to the surface that I have to deal with. And the first one is kind of tricky, friends. Let's say the first one again.
Well, what does healed enough to date actually look like?
Oh, what does healed enough to date actually look like? In my opinion, I'm gonna go back to the like when Dime spoke of like communication. Um, I'm big on communication, and I feel like if you speak to me from a place of defensiveness or anger or pride or ego, that will show me that you're really not healed enough to date, right? For me.
Mm.
And that's because I'm a words girl. I'm a words of affirmation. Your words is special to me. So if I date you and you just either talking with no action, or you're talking and it's a lot of pride and ego, that's an example of me seeing, okay, I think it's something that needs to be explored. Um, yeah, friend, chime in so we can like piggyback because I still got to think of that one. That one was good.
I really is what you said. For me, healed enough to date means that you are not looking at relationships from a skewed lens. Like your lens isn't shattered. And I 100% agree with you when you say that healing is an ongoing process, because when you think you're healed in one area, you really don't know that you're healed or delivered until you are up against the thing that you think you're healed or delivered from. And so okay, so personally for me, I am not currently dating. I think I got 3 more sessions with my therapist. And at the end of the session, I'm going to determine if I want to put my big toe in the dating pool again. I met someone who made me realize I was not healed enough to date. And that's what caused me to go to therapy. And so, even though that isn't leading to anything, I am grateful for the experience, because now when my future husband meets me, he's not going to have to go through all that kerfluffle. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not going to have to deal with the insecurities, the self-sabotaging, all of the things that come with the unhealed version of myself. So, yeah, I think healed enough to date is by person, because you don't know what you need healing from. And so for me, I had to heal from self-sabotage. I had to heal from father wounds. I had to heal from, oh Lord. And here's another thing, y'all. Even though I've been on my abstinent journey as long as I've been on it, there were still some triggers that let me know, okay, I need to dive into this, because when I get in my marriage, like, this is not going to be a thing that keeps me from being able to. Okay, so we talked about it. I talk about it with my friends all the time. I am crazy enough to believe, and this is from a spiritual aspect, but it also bleeds over into practicality. I am of the thought that the Lord will wipe my memory of every sexual encounter I've ever had, so that I am not having to compare anything to my husband and our wedding bed and marriage bed and all of the things. So something that I had to heal from, and again, this is from a spiritual lens, I had to come out of agreement with every word curse I spoke over myself when I was with another man. This gonna always be yours.
Oh yeah.
Ain't nobody ever gonna do da 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 like you. Or yes, y'all know the stuff y'all say. We're grown. Y'all know the stuff y'all say. So even in that aspect, like, it's not just a practical thing, it's also a spiritual element to how healed, like, doing the work to ensure you're healed. But yeah, for real, coming out of agreement.
Yeah.
This is yours, Poppy. Y'all know what y'all be saying. But no, like, yeah, I had to do the work. Does anybody else want to chime in the chat? If not, I'm gonna move on to the next question. Have you ever met someone healthy and realized that you weren't accustomed to healthy love?
Yes. Yes. And I think so much so that it just revealed that I called him a demon, and God said, that's my son.
My God.
And tonight I'm going to pray. I'm in prayer. But for him to check me about his son says a lot about his son.
Exactly.
And then it says a lot about me as well. So, yeah.
I can echo the sentiments of Chanel. I ain't calling nobody no. Well, yes, I did. I called that man a warlock. God ain't necessarily correct me about this specific person, but no, God dealt with me and it wasn't about a specific person, but he definitely told me that in the realm of whoever my husband is, the Lord was like, that's my son, and I'm not about to allow you to hurt him.
My gosh.
And the way you going, you're going to hurt him. So
Wow.
I have to create this veil. I have to create this blocker so that he can't see you before I'm able to uproot those things out of you,
My
because
God.
I don't want you to curse the very thing that I'm going to send to bless you, because you're not healed.
That's everything. That is everything. But that just shows how much of a loving God we serve.
And
That
it
he
shows
not
how much, yeah.
we
Go
look
ahead.
at, like, we look at us sometimes as the victims, or we're daddy's little girls, but we forget that he has sons too.
Yep. And he
Like,
care about them too. And
just
he
as
care
much.
about their heart,
Yes, yes, their heart.
their
And
mental,
we
all
always
of
talk
that.
about guarding our heart, but they're guarding their heart as well. And for obvious reasons, there was women before Sadie's and I who trampled on their heart. So now they're guarding their heart and they're meeting us, and we just like, we've been waiting, we ready, but it's like it's on God's time. So that was good.
Can peace initially feel like boredom when you spent years associating intensity with love?
Yes. Yes. And there's some times where I used to trade peace with chaos because of how peaceful my life was. So, and it wasn't anything that would not, like, it wouldn't be like a sin, but I would do something like maybe go to the club and listen to some trap or a little bit, because peace was just, it was just too peaceful for me.
Mm, that's good. Um, so I don't know if I've shared this publicly, but I've been talking to the girls about it, and I've been talking to my spiritual mom about it. So it feel like I probably didn't share it with y'all. One of the things that my therapist readily pointed out in our first session back, she said, Mercedes, your nervous system is so used to chaos, so used to dysfunction, so used to toxicity, that now that you're in this place where God is literally like ushering in his peace in every area of your life, business, ministry, family dynamic, you are trying to self sabotage it because it does not feel like what you're used to. And I
Mhm.
never thought about it like that. Like, I never looked at it like, dang, I am so used to chaos that when peace entered into my life, like real peace. And I know we have different definitions of peace. Like, I've felt the peace of God, but no, like when every area of your life the Lord is showering peace, and you're used to dysfunction, you begin to self sabotage. You begin to think, when is the
Yeah.
other shoe gonna drop? When is this gonna end in disappointment? Like, because that was my life for a long time. Like, I didn't know what it felt like to just be, to just rest, to just be in the stillness of God. So for me, that's something that I am actively working through right now,
Me too.
to stay at a posture of regulating my nervous system,
Hmm.
because I am such at a place of peace. And this also came with the level of deliverance. I am such at a place of peace when any amount of anxiety come in, I'm like, oh no, you got to go. And whatever is attached to what is causing me anxiety, it gotta go. Cause that's that discernment. Like, I fought to get to this place of peace, that you're not finna come in here and unregulate what I just regulated.
Right.
So anybody else in the chat, Do y'all feel that peace can initially feel like boredom?
And it'll help us come to a resolve when it comes to like healing and dating, because if we always have that peace during dating, we'll also have that peace when that date doesn't work out. And you can actually enjoy dating versus, like Sadie said, looking at dating as, let me go get my wedding dress, or let me think about my wedding dress. You can see that person in front of you because you have that peace.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Okay, I want to ask this one. When you've been betrayed before, how do you give a new person a fair chance without making them pay for what someone else did?
I'm actually naturally forgiving. I've been forgiven before I knew that forgiveness was freedom. So for me, it comes natural to give somebody a clean slate because of how forgiving I am. Like if something doesn't work out with one of my exes, I already immediately forgave them. So I'm already free from it. I don't have to like carry something else into a new relationship because I feel like of how forgiving I am. So for me, it's actually easy.
I was gonna say it's the same with me. I always used to get a scenario that if John did something 13 times, when Pookie does it like the same thing, I'm not gonna treat Pookie as if that's the 14th time. He gets that one time. Now, I'm not gonna let Pookie get to 13 times.
Right.
But if it's just a one off where you did something that looks similar or felt similar to something that someone from my past did, I'm not gonna make you bear the burden of how much they did the thing. You get your one off, you get, you know what I'm saying, one, two, maybe one, two. But then I'm gonna have to look at, let me take a step back, because am I now, this dives into another question, because then it's like, well, am I attracting the same type of person,
Girl,
aka demon, in a
girl, you
different
in my
body?
head.
Like that's where it leads me to like, oh, wait a minute, okay, you're a different person, but do you carry the same spirit? Because if you
Yeah,
carry the same spirit, then I need to pull back and I need to figure out what is it about me that is attracting this thing that is not conducive for my peace, my safety, my integrity, my, you know what I'm saying? Like it bears
yeah.
to ask them type of questions.
I was just about to say that. Like at some point, you gotta make sure that you're checking patterns. So yeah, you was in my head, friend.
Okay, let's switch it up. Let me see. Okay, how do you recognize when you're self-sabotaging something healthy because it feels unfamiliar? And y'all know in the comments y'all can answer these questions, right?
No, for real. Help your girl out. You said, how do I know if I'm self sabotaging? If I recognize something healthy?
Mm-hmm. Damn it, please.
Um, I'm gonna be honest, friend. I'm still in the process of learning what healthy looks like
Okay.
to even know if I'm self sabotaging, or like Darius Daniel said, if it's my discernment telling me to stay away. So that's
Okay.
actually something I need to explore myself.
No, man, you don't have to. You don't.
So that's something I'm gonna need to explore myself so that I can recognize when that person comes what's healthy and what's unhealthy. So that's actually the my battle right now.
Okay. And that's an honest place to be. Um, Lord, I don't be trying to be deep, y'all, but I am who I am. The Lord, huh? It's the Lord. I was self sabotaging something a few weeks ago, I went to cry in the shower about it. And I told the Lord, it's too good to be true, God. It's too good to be true.
Um,
And I literally heard the Holy Spirit say, it might be too good to be true, but it's not too good to be God.
mm,
And that let me know that when, because it felt safe. And so instead of waiting for the other shoe to drop or the disappointment to come, and here's the crazy thing, y'all, the disappointment came. That's the crazy part. The disappointment came, but I was so regulated in my emotions and in what the Father has said about me that ain't even bother me for real.
mm.
And that's how I knew, number one, girl, you need to go back to therapy because what's happening here? Like, what are we doing? But I also feel like I think two things happened at once. My discernment was picking up something that my body and my flesh just didn't have language for. It
Mm,
wasn't nothing bad. Like, let's just be for real, y'all. It wasn't nothing bad because not all occurrences and not all detachments have to be something that was bad or somebody
right.
cheated or somebody did something wrong. The person could simply just not be your person. And if
Yeah.
they're not your person, what are we holding on to? And why are we holding on? What you was about to type? Oh, I don't know. But yeah. I think Matt finna come on, y'all.
Okay.
I think he asked me, did he have to turn on his camera? I told him he didn't have to. Look, I'm talking like you ain't just hear me say that. Lord have mercy, help me. I'm getting old, y'all. So, but oh, here you come.
Ask that male question you had.
Hey, Matt. Asking what?
That male question you had.
How you beautiful people?
Man.
How are you, Matt?
Listen, pushing P, y'all know how it is. Life is more different than it ever been before, but
You said life is what?
more different than it ever been before. But yeah,
Yeah, with three children.
It is. It is.
listen, listen, you don't even know. And I wasn't trying to be there, but they're playing around.
But
I
so saith the Lord. You didn't have to. The Lord said, this is what we
don't even
doing
know.
over here.
I'll be honest. I can't even put that on the Lord. That was all me.
No, because the Lord the only one that can get life. That he could have maneuvered something different. The Lord, he the only one that can say breath of life.
You don't know the Lord had told me plenty of time. Keep playing. Keep
And exactly. And he showed you. You messed
keep
around and you found out, huh?
keep on going in that court. I'm gonna sign you up for the NBA.
Woo!
Lord,
That is
hold
funny.
on. Let me find the questions for the men folk.
I made sure I put Matt from Mississippi so y'all can get some Matt from Mississippi answers.
Okay.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Okay. Man, do you think women sometimes interpret a healed man's slower, more intentional approach as a lack of interest?
Hmm. Definitely. Uh, definitely. I think sometimes it can be seen, but because it depends on a woman, but because of the whole pursuing thing, uh, sometimes y'all want aggression, but then you be like, I'm trying not to be with this aggressor. But it'd be like, listen, the most aggressive of us are usually in toxic places. You get what I'm saying? Uh, because you may be looking for a knight, you know, and a knight he know how to kill. But the problem is you're not looking for a man who know how to hunt. And a man who know how to hunt is way more peaceful. He's way more family oriented. Same skills. But he got the man who know how to hunt. He taking it back to his family. The man who know how to kill, he doing it for pride. He doing it for ego. So sometimes y'all be like, listen, I want you to come after me for sport, and it's like, listen, this is a sportsman. You get what I'm saying? So when he don't take you back home, and build a family based off you, it's because you wanted the one that was for sport. And it's like you got to know how to be able to say, okay, this a hunter, but he hunting more for feeding his family. He got something he want to build, and I think we've done a bad job in showing y'all that too, because a lot of the hunter men sometimes are too quiet. They are disobedient in a different way. So like good men don't talk, and that be a problem because then all you be left with is the hunters. You know what I'm saying? The night.
Matt, that was so good. That was so good. Because we don't know. I could say from experience recently, I did have to ask a guy like, "Do you like me?" Like, and I don't know if we supposed to ask that or not, but because you were so like quiet, you peaceful, it was just like, "Who are you?" But then once we talked, he showed me and told me this is the type of person I am, and I was just like, "Oh, okay." Like I don't know. It made me realize I don't know too much of the character of a man, of a real man.
Mhm. And a lot of time the gentleman side of a man is we be needing permission. So we don't be as aggressive because you don't be done gave us no permission. And like I say, y'all be out there like, you go come and do it and do everything, and that man ain't like that. And a lot of good men are, they are mellow. Mellow men get overlooked a lot for those of us that are more charismatic and all of that. But you got to remember, the same thing that you see in us like that, thousands of other women done seen it too. So sometimes we be nice based off that because we've 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 abused our options, but it's because we know we got so many, and sometimes those men who um they are calmer, more mellow. You gotta give him permission and kind of walk him into it a little bit, and I think that's the toxic masculinity of how a lot of people see masculinity is they be like, he a man, so he gonna do these things, and it's like he may not. He may only do it when you allow him to because he may not be trying to overstep. And a really good thought to that is sometimes the slower we go, that's the more we like
Yo, this so me and Chanel, when we talking about Proverbs 18:22? Was that today or yesterday?
It was yesterday.
So we was talking about Proverbs 18:22. We was talking about how, like, when I study the Bible, how I break it down and go to the origin. We started off with another scripture, but I broke down Proverbs 18:22 because we always talk about he who findeth a wife. But if you break down findeth, it is not just a man looking for a wife. One of the definitions is to be presented.
you.
So me presenting myself to show interest is not me pursuing a man. And a lot of women take that scripture, and a lot of preachers preach that scripture in a way where women feel like they have no part to play in the initial coming together, like in relationship. And when Chanel just asked, like, she don't know if she should ask the question, "Do you like me?" Well, honey, I'm one of them ones. What are we, not in the sense of what are we doing because I want you to marry me tomorrow, but what are your intentions? Because if your intentions are not the same intentions that I have, then we probably don't need to be going down this same road.
Right.
And I'm okay with getting out at this stop because I'm at the age where I'm not gonna waste your time, and you're for sure not gonna waste my time.
Hmm. I think
So
the
Matt,
game plan for that be a little off sometimes.
Say it again.
I think the game plan for that be a little off sometimes though, on behalf of the women.
Mm.
Yeah, because sometimes y'all oppose an ultimatum way too soon,
okay, that's what
and
I
y'all
was gonna ask.
Well, I want you to ask it because I may answer it better off of how you ask.
No, I was about to ask, from doing that, are we pressuring or rushing a man to make a decision?
Yes. I think women, y'all's most powerful thing that we also have to educate ourselves on as men, that y'all may or may not have been taught how to manage this thing that y'all have, which is boundaries and expectations. Like,
Mm-hmm.
women, the queen in women is because y'all's ability to manage things. So when it come too soon and it's like, I done did this, I done been there, I done been there, what we doing? And it's like, it's a lot of stuff about you have not told me yet. So I'm not at that decision. And you want me to make a decision, but I have not even properly or successfully set up the things for you to be able to come and live in a good environment. So you asked
Gotcha.
me what were we doing, and I liked you. And I went ahead and went full commitment. But what you messed up was you didn't give me time to process or the help to build the place for you to be in that you would enjoy. Now we together and you don't like being here.
Mm.
But
So,
it's because you made me go so fast.
well, so I can only speak for me. I can't speak for nobody else. So in my situation, th- what I had to go back and get clarity on was expectations. And so when I realized that we did not have the same expectations, it allowed me to pull back, because first of all, I'm not asking you to speed up to do nothing. But if I am in a season of dating and you're not, why would I stick around and wait for you to get in the season of dating when I'm probably gonna meet somebody who's already in a season of dating and wanting to date? That's, you know what I'm saying? So I'm clarifying, like, my thing was expectation. I had placed expectations because of conversation, which made me go back and say, hey, I think I've placed a level of expectation on you that is not fair. So I want us to sit down and have a conversation. And after sitting down and having a conversation, it was cool.
Hmm. Yeah. And that's what it takes. Like you say, it's the expectations. Now there are phases to this. So I think, like I said, if the boundaries are set properly, there are certain boundaries and requirements that, as a woman, you should put out there, because then the man will be able to follow suit with that. But I think it's hard because it's like you have to understand that if he does not match it, then right, don't give him that position. So
Mm,
sometime I think when both a woman and a man's ego get into place is when they trying to meet expectations, but these two people don't really like each other yet. You get what I'm saying? This person may be for you, but it's like you gotta be able to go through your tiers of the expectations. So like that one, when it's, hey, I want to date, and if this person is saying, I like you but I don't want to date you disqualified. It shouldn't be
correct.
nothing wrong with that. Yeah, yeah, boss, I could tell them that as a man, like, hey, bro, you can't, ain't no getting on this field if you ain't ready to play. You can't come out here without no
Period.
helmet on. You get what I'm saying? But in bro's defense, they don't ask enough questions usually. And I've been this person too, to not always know how to ask the questions, or we'll be asking the question, and sometimes women will use it like a debate, especially intellectual women. Like, y'all had this thing about arguing that we don't have, and sometimes we be like, I'm trying to talk to you, but you kind of playing a mental game of who can be right today, and you finna be right, but you finna be alone too, because it wasn't that I didn't, it wasn't that
My
I didn't see eye
God.
to eye with you, but this not my type of form of communication. But yeah, sometimes bros don't ask them questions to show themselves intentional. But I like a world where women set the proper standard, because then I feel like there won't be so many broken hearts from dating. Like, we shouldn't have this much damage from dating processes. Like how you got this much damage and you've been married to none of these people, but you are a complete shock. Like you a mess. Like now a king who ready for you, he wouldn't want to touch you because you got damage from Bold, Tank, Reese, and none of them, like all of these were applicants. None of these were actual people who held the position. Like, so I think it is tiers, and I think it's standards to it where y'all can be like, hey, is this what we doing? If he say no, okay, then that applicant is dismissed. You get what I'm saying? So therefore, y'all will be able to go through the standard of tiers more. But I think it's a thing on both sides. Like we have to know and communicate how we are going to um flow through this. I think when people always say they want to date for marriage, that's always my advice to them. It's like, do you have your ideal roadmap? Not expectations, but your ideal roadmap. Because even as a man, as a leader, you got to know how you finna do this. And you can't say you don't. Because the problem be we be thinking about it, but we don't want to talk about it. And that's how
Yeah.
stuff just start happening. You get what I'm saying? Like bros don't be wanting to let women know what they require to my man. I just want her to be happy and cool. Yeah, boss, I used to be like that too. But then when you start realizing you failing all these expectations that you got in your head that you ain't voiced, or all of these desires that you got in your head that you ain't voiced, it can make you come off. You'll start being put in the boxes of these men that you're not. Like you start to get told that you're a narcissist because you lack empathy. When really you just don't know how to talk about your plans. You get what I'm saying? Because you fear of them failing. But you have to know that you getting with a woman who also know how to process. And you have to know if you like her, you have to be willing for her to learn it. So all those things are processes. But I think we have to stop allowing the people who we date to cause so much damage.
That's why y'all need to go back to therapy. So I want to pivot to this question because you kind of just talked about it. Hold on, because I'm not gonna see. Some people don't even need access to come. Hello, hello. Um, Danielle, that's the next question. Does everybody deserve access to the healed version of you?
Mm-mm. I mean, everybody don't deserve access to the healed or the broken version of you. You know, like you got to be selective. Now you gotta. Men do this nowadays too, but women, y'all ain't gonna like this part. Some women have a ranking in their mind of who deserve access, and men, when we see it, it be completely off. Like sometimes, not only do that dude not exist, and we be like, yeah, I see the bros that you say you want. I want to let you know the only one of them is named Jesus. So that must be what you about to do for the rest of your life because some of these qualifications they don't make a husband. You get what I'm saying? Matter of fact, some of them just make a good nigga, and women will have good nigga lists, and they be like, I want to let you know every single one of them that come with this package they likely go have some characteristics that you're not gonna like. But yeah, nah, everybody shouldn't have access. I can say when you going through healing, like I know I'm going through some healing myself now, and like having a good dad tribe, you talk to more and more men who are going through the healing process. I will admit this, men, we don't know who's supposed to be around us. We lost when we start the healing, who's supposed to be there. Like that is the most vulnerable that many of us have ever been, especially like if it's after a breakup, after a divorce, or even a life change. Bros don't know how to navigate that well. I have not found one man who know how to navigate it well from jump. All of them figured it out after the fact. So it's almost like luck. So that's why I think even us, we men when they hurt, we lose our sense of if we supposed to be being a knight or if we supposed to hunt because it take confidence. And that's why I say, we have to get in a place where uh we stop allowing people the dating to do so much damage. But I say this too, and then I'll see how y'all feel about this. It's harder because y'all so mean. Like Y'all like, I think 95% of women right now attitudes are so nasty. And the closer we get to y'all, the nastier it is. Like
Well, I
and
rebuke that. Not over here. We
it'd be
we're
like
healed over here.
you gotta you and it'd be like, listen, you human. So that's where like the human part gotta come in there where it's like you human, so I understand. But it's like at the same time, there has to be uh you gotta do the welcome mat. You get what I'm saying? You don't want the man that you chose to also always be put in the box with the men that are the applicants or the men that's at the door. Like, dang, if I got the position, I should get at least more grace, and more grace that's not mercy, because it's not the same thing. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? So sometimes y'all be like, when the unhealed version of y'all show up, is I ain't gonna take this from you no more. This is my first time going through this, so I don't know how I'm getting a case of three strikes, and I don't really know what I did wrong. So I can't say that makes it difficult. And like I say, men on that side more nowadays, they're starting to pull out of the situation, or they shrink up because they like, I don't know what to do that's right. So it's hard on both sides.
So I agree with everything you just said. I just don't believe it fits for the topic because the topic is dating again after healing. So the version in which you're speaking of is from an unhealed place, not a healed place. That version of woman, because I've been her, was from an unhealed place, not a healed place.
How you know you healed though, and how you know you healed all the way, because you may be
What?
presentable again, but not completely healed.
No, it's like Chanel said earlier, and I believe this healing comes in layers. Like it's a your healing is a ever evolving thing. Like in 10 years, there's probably going to be something I need to heal from again, or I need to talk about again. But I'm talking about specifically dating. I know well in 3 weeks. I'll be able to put my toe back out in the dating pool because I gave myself to finish this round of therapy, which I kind of had ushered myself into it. I was triggered. That's what led me to go back to therapy so that we can talk about the thing concerning my nervous system and regulating my nervous system, because that ain't necessarily have to do with a man. It had to do with life circumstances, childhood trauma, all of the things. So yeah, it ain't a question of if I'm healed. I know I'm healed. I'm just taking a fall back or taking a step back to finish what I started before I take somebody serious again.
Do you require them to have the same healing process that you do?
No, because their healing journey ain't gonna look like mine. They didn't go through what I went through.
Do you have a requirement for their healing though?
Yeah.
Okay. And what part of the dating process do you figure where they at in that?
Wait, say that again.
What part of the dating process do you figure out where they are at in that? Like, are they damaged? Are they in the healing process? Have they been through a healing process? Where in that process do you have that conversation?
I feel like that's the conversation you have off real. Well, that's those are the type of conversations I found myself in with men in this last season of my life, because not only am I asking those questions, they asking these questions. What your stress level look like? How you are when you're mad? How your relationship with your parents? How, like, are you a good friend? Like those type of questions kind of give you, and again, going back to what we were talking about discernment, you can know, you can know certain things just by through conversation. Now I'm not gonna ask you too deep questions, but I do want to know, like, hey, are you currently in therapy? If so, why are you in therapy? Because see, I'm not finna ask you nothing. I'm not about to ask you anything that I'm not okay with sharing myself. Now, if you don't want to share it, I'm not gonna impede on your privacy, or you know what I'm saying? Because if you don't know me well enough to be vulnerable in the beginning. I absolutely agree with that. But I do like if you're in therapy and I kind of see some stuff in the beginning, then maybe we need to pause. Maybe we just need to be friends. Maybe we don't need to continue on this journey of dating, because dating is collecting data to see if we're compatible enough to venture off into exclusivity.
Hmm. I think people who go through that process have to be prepared to be intimidating because you're you're not intentionally intimidating them, but just being a dude, I'm already knowing that's so intimidating. That's just the God honest truth. 90% of men that you go talk to, they go get so scared. They gonna be horrified.
But guess what? The one that's for me gonna take it on the chin.
You right about that? You right about that? When you find that brother, I need to meet him because I need to see what his balance like and hear his prayer life. I got a gang, I got a nation that he can talk to. Cause listen, my other question, Chanel, I want you to answer this too. What is the balance in between, like y'all, uh, sorting through, making sure you ask the right questions, and for lack of better terms, keeping it sexy. Because I think sometimes that's where people get confused too. I can imagine people who date and getting that confused. Like how much flair do I put on this? You get what I'm saying? And keeping it cute, and how much do you know, I lay this table down because it's almost like you can do it in the same setting, but it's definitely two different atmospheres too.
Wait, what's the question? Keeping it what?
Keeping
Cute.
it sexy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like so basically telling a man how I feel without putting what females would call masculinity to it. Is that what you're
Oh,
saying?
talking about being feminine?
Yeah, I mean through the whole thing, like I would say fun, if that's a better word. Like how much of it is you putting into the balance of it? Cause like okay, like if you like what you just said, you can't show up to a date, you know what I'm saying? Boots on, you get what I'm saying? Some jeans, in a t-shirt and sit down and like, hey, this what it is. You ready? You get what I'm saying? Just
No, I
like
think I think it's the comfortability level of both of them, like the maturity level
Yeah,
of,
for
yeah,
sure.
I love God, but I'm a little flirt too. Like if you flirt, I'm a
yeah.
flirt. Or if, well, you know me, man. My voice is always that receiving voice. So I can I can voice how I feel without yelling, or I could say, remember that time where you told me this? I really thought about it. I'm curious if you can explain it a little more because I really didn't understand, and I really want to understand your thought process on it.
Mhm.
But that's because I'm a words girl, man. So I'm
I
always
already know.
how
You need
to.
to have
The
a you need to
pops,
have a
this the
trainer.
one, pops. Yes,
You need to
that's
have a
it,
trainer.
pops. I'm sorry,
How
this my
about
pops.
how about just being honest and being yourself and not just sending your best representative?
I do
Yeah.
understand that, but I think I know what Matt's saying. It is a way how you can say stuff to a man where they can receive it, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Some women do say stuff that is like, could you have said that a little better
So then that's probably a woman who isn't in her feminine energy.
or
I
healed?
hate saying that, but it's the
Mhm.
truth. I'm such at a place where the nigga that you know, Matt, she really don't show up that often. Like for real, for real. I
That's a
am
lot of
so
progress.
in tune to my feminine, like the femininity of who I am. Yeah, my voice even changed when I'm talking to that man.
Yeah.
Right.
So
It's natural.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
how do y'all help other women do that? Because like I'm listening to y'all and I know y'all do the work, have been through the work, like, but I'm knowing most other women they don't know how to do both of what you just said. How to make sure they are assertive, ask their questions and stuff like that, especially without overly getting in their feelings about it, because they'll check out so fast, and it's like, sis, like this a part of the process. You can't be interviewing somebody and just, oh, you know what, I'm done. And it's like, dang, like you got to be able to, and not in a, I think something that a lot of women need to know too is that you can do both without compromising yourself. I think they
Yeah.
don't know how to do that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you can show up sexy, having,
Mhm.
having a good time with this man, you know what I'm saying, smiling, kicking it in his face, and asking good questions too.
Yeah.
And if he failed all the questions, you ain't gotta leave nasty. You get what
Right.
I'm saying? So many women, they get so disappointed with an applicant. And this is where they mess up. Because
Mm.
no matter, I don't care how broad the world is, we talk. Because he may mess around and know, or his brother's cousin may know the man that's for you. But now you done got a reputation because we done put you in the group chat.
Mm.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, you good for a group chat, huh?
You know it. You
But
know it.
but Matt, that goes along the lines of like a difference between a woman in her healing journey and a woman who still has a lot to process, but still willing to date and risk her heart.
Yeah. But also before Matt, I think we get aggressive and assertiveness misconstrued. You can be assertive and still feminine. I don't see how you can
Mhm.
be aggressive and feminine. I don't see how the two could cohabitate. You can be feminine and assertive, but not aggressive.
Mhm. I think the problem in a lot of women when they hear that, especially if they hear it from a man, the instant thing is they throw up there why they like that. And it's like, sis, we weren't trying to have a court case. We trying to help you. Like, I'm not saying you didn't have a reason for being that way. I'm saying you will get more of what you want. And I think a lot of women like that. Like a lot of women, multiple generations of them too, because sometimes you can see that this been passed down to this woman. This woman don't know how to get what she want out of you because every time it's time to get something that she want, it gotta come overly emotional. When it's like,
Mm.
baby, if you knew how to get in your feminine with me, especially with a man who love you or a man who accepts you, girl, you get whatever you want. You would get whatever you want if you knew how to ask for it. And bros got to learn how to accept that too on the side note, because a lot of time they will over masculinity the situation, and that's how they end up with Shakita on lunch break, um getting some head.
Matt,
No, because
Jesus.
bro, we need to know that because when we be having these conversations, sometimes the nigga be lying. Yeah, we going back to it, but I just gotta throw that in there. Sometimes the nigga be lying. You niggas just lying. I know you're lying because I done been a liar. I done too acted like, well, we just gotta protect, provide, and do our job. No, bro, hey, bro. Well, tell me how you and Betty got the stroking, and then you talking about some. It was the devil. It was you. you.
nah,
It was
I ain't
you.
gonna
Okay.
disagree with you on that,
Okay.
man.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna disagree
we
with you on that.
we get where we don't ask for like the feminine. If we really believe in God, the feminine exists for us. Women being able to get in their feminine and ask what they want for us, it exists for your pleasure. God ain't trying to hide that pleasure from you. It's wide open in your face. He just wants you to do it cleanly. And what we do is we will mate with people, we will marry women, and then we will either reject or not request or not require that, and then wonder what's
Mm.
happening when Shaquita over here is filling this slot. And we try to court case ourselves. We try to be judgmental, but we don't. It's like, bro, just because you guilty don't mean you healed, or just because you guilty don't mean you figured out what you did wrong. We got to start helping each other know, hey, bro, listen, this how you end up cheating. I be telling bros, listen, bump all that you talking about doing the right thing. Let me tell you how you go in. Let me tell you how you go end up in that hotel. It's because you don't know how to require that feminine. You need that. You need your ego stroke. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And if you keep going without it, you ain't got to do nothing but meet one of them five breeding dragons.
What's funny is though the Lord dealt with me about I don't have to wait. Now he's gonna usher me into it deeper, but I don't have to wait for my him to show up to operate in my feminine energy. And the one thing, and I never forget, I forgot where I was going. I was wherever I just went recently where I got on the plane, child. I forgot. But when I was about to get my bag, this guy, he literally was like, can I help you? And as strong women, especially when you were a single mother, you so used to doing it by yourself. No, I was about to say no, I'm good, but I literally felt like a tap from the Holy Spirit, like let him help you. And it wasn't because this was gonna turn into some fairy tale, you know what I'm saying? Like this was gonna be some type of romantic, whatever. No, it wasn't that. It was something about me when he looked at me, said, she need my help. And I allowed him to help me. And when I tell you that thing felt so good. And so when I go, when I travel, when I'm doing stuff, like if the boys ain't with me, I've had me, and you gotta be discerning because sometimes people be trying to, one up you or whatever. But they be wanting to help. Can I help you? And I'm just like, yes, you can, because I'm only just a girl. I am just a girl. But I don't have to wait for my husband to show up, or the person that I'm finna be in a relationship with next to show up for me to present myself and to walk in that.
Mm,
Because that's who God made me to be. I
Yeah.
that's
have
it.
to be boosie as a mama. I gotta be boosie as the entrepreneur. I gotta be boosie when I'm fighting these demons. I ain't trying to be boosie with my man.
Okay.
I'm not trying to.
Mm-hmm.
And
Man, are
that's
you
why it's
bad?
so important for I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry, go ahead,
No, go
friend.
ahead, friend.
That's why it's so important to for women to heal and heal with
Mm-hmm.
God, because if you didn't heal with God, you would have never felt that tap on your shoulder to be feminine. And once women that's healed realize that they were already chosen, you don't have to, you can sit back. There's a lot of times where God showed me, just because you don't have a partner does not mean I'm not your partner.
Mm-hmm.
And once he showed me that, I'm able to sit back and wait on the man that he's going to join me together with.
And get this,
Mm-hmm.
friend, the level of submission that you show to God, and I'm not correlating to the two. Hear me clearly. But the level of when you cannot submit to your husband, and I'm talking to the married women, when you cannot submit to your husband, I can bet my bottom dollar you don't submit to God.
That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
When you submission is not a doormat. Submission, if you really knew what submission was, the submissive woman gets whatever she wants. But y'all not ready for that conversation.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And men, we
Man,
gotta
we
learn
can't
how
hear
to
you,
sit.
boo. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
Can
can't
you hear
hear
me
him.
now?
Tell him to
You
talk.
still
I
can hear
can't
me?
hear him.
No, she said talk. Can you hear me, Sadie's?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Matt. Oh, I can't hear you. Okay, he coming back in.
But I want a man to and even if Matt don't agree, I know men who have like the submissive woman. Yeah. Yeah. And I want y'all to really
Okay, can
like
you hear me
look up
now?
what submission mean. It does not mean that you're a doormat or that you're,
Nope.
because y'all be getting submission mixed with subservience, and it's not the same definition.
And
But
that's why a
go
lot of
ahead,
women
man.
See,
I
don't
can't hear you, but
elevate.
I want you to talk.
Oh,
Go
I
ahead.
can hear him now. Can you hear him? You talking, Matt?
okay, I guess y'all can.
Perfect.
Now I am. Yeah. Oh, that was so good that listen, I'm trying to remember where oh, man, we gotta know how to see that too. And a lot of time, like what Man of God said in the chat, that's 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 good, but it's old theory. Something that I'm learning to do as a man, and even like communicate that with my brothers, is like the same way. Like we unfortunately live in such a dating and relationship world that a lot of the time we won't understand how to operate in the feminine or the masculine version of ourselves because we only practice it on people. And so some of us we get to where we don't even believe and doing it with ourselves and with God. And so you end up only being able to do it out of circumstance. And we wonder why we don't understand or are able to operate in unconditional love. It's because, like, if you've always been like, let me let me operate as a man, but I need a woman to operate that with, bro, that thing finna even more easily get damaged, because when this woman don't accept it, you don't know if you was doing the right thing or if this was just wasn't what she wanted. You get what I'm saying? Which is how you end up in a lot of the damaged situations. And same thing, you got to be able to look at a woman and say, does this woman fit for where I am, where I want to be, where I want to go, and not just in the basic characteristics, but what is her relationship with God like? You get what I'm saying? Because just like Chanel was saying, like, if you and humans say, if she can submit to God, she can submit to you. And you have to understand, if you have a hard will, because sometimes we don't check with God. We just, oh, she pretty, I like her, she fine. You get what I'm saying? I'm finna go see if she can be mine. Boss, slow down. Because once you get on a mission and this woman don't want to be on that mission, man, you finna yeah, you finna have a long, hey boy, ain't nothing like loving a woman who she finally done felt and accepted that this ain't what she supposed to be. Cause now you finna get confused. You get what I'm saying? And I think a lot of us, we get in that position because we are trying to use that gift within us. Um, we try to use it only with men and women. You get what I'm saying? When it's like, hey, you should be able to use it for yourself. Like, even myself, I go through that. Like, it's like, hey, there are some things I never did alone. That's always been a woman. I tell them all the time, when God said it ain't good for man to be alone, he was looking at me. I wasn't here yet. He looked right past Adam and said, yeah, that's Matt. It ain't good for him to be alone. You hear what I'm saying? So I'm learning in certain ways and seasons in my life. Like, even last year when I was on tour, it was like, okay, this is real life. Your first time ever being disciplined enough to be able to, okay, I'm here this week, and there don't have to be nobody with you. There don't have to be nobody for you to enjoy this with. You can be happy alone. You get what I'm saying? You can be chill alone. But when we don't know or don't have that, like I say, that's when we get into our iniquity. And that's when we justify it to ourselves. Because you've built yourself to operate on, I'm a man. When I want to feel the most I can ever feel like as a man, God done got me to this great place. Now I need to go pick a woman, not a wife, not a partner, not a mate. We finna go pick a woman. And 9 times out of 10, you just picking a woman. You pick the one who was just already there, who don't always be the one, or you pick the one who looked the best or who was the most available. And bro be trying to lie about that, and I be like, listen, I'm trying to tell you, that's how I know you end up with Shaquita. I seen you. I saw it too. You're a breast man, and Shaquita got a lot of it. And then you talking about some, I think she the one. No, you needed a woman. And Shaquita is the one who always flirting with you because she always come over there to your desk. Hmm.
I like that. I like that. And it take a level of accountability for you to come up here and like address the man, because a lot of times when it comes to dating, it's so much of a battle that it's always women bashing. And you're not bashing, you're actually holding man accountable. And I respect that.
Hmm. Because I want the best for my brothers, and I used to didn't have this, but after I got the Good Dad Tribe, this is where this came in place for me at, because I used to be I was a great man, but I was a horrible brother. You get what I'm saying? So I played by the same cultural rules that many of us do. We lean everything on being a man, and we lean everything on being the culture. Man, that's that man. You can't tell that man what to do. No, that my brother. I can't tell him both when he is both doing good and when he is messing up. I can tell him, hey, now, hey, let's talk about this. You get what I'm saying? Hey, like a good brother is able um to be a consult, And many of us, we go off of these rules or these traditions, especially Christian men. You get what I'm saying? And God been dealing with me heavily with Christian men because I have to spend more time now in Mississippi and in Dallas. So where in Dallas, it's so good, not in a everything is right perfection, but I got all the right structures. Versus here, I'm having to talk to brothers that are my brothers that don't talk no more. You get what I'm saying? I'm having to talk to brothers who are going through divorces and being like, hey, have you talked to anybody about this? Or have you just been in the dark? And calling it isolation, and then trying to throw scripture on it that don't match. You get what I'm saying? So I'm having to be more of a brother. I'm having to be more of a brother and be honest and explain how I feel and things that I'm going through, and not respond with like we had this thing over the summer where we had a no we called it no ISOs, and as men we was like, hey, when I call you or when I ask you, is you okay? Like, how you doing? Nobody can say they okay. You got to give more than that. And there was some days some of us was like, man, I just need to get on the phone. I don't even need to talk to y'all, bro. I just need somebody here with me. Cause bro, we're crying. And when you're trying to be strong in every other place in your life, you start you start leaking. And once again, when you leak, you get vulnerable. And God started revealing to me, He was like, when I told y'all it ain't good for man to be alone, He was like, I meant that from then to now. Every failure of every king God has anointed has been in times where he's been alone and when he stayed alone. Like David. David was on the roof by himself. That's why he got caught. He did the whole thing with Bathsheba by himself. He hollered at her by himself. You get what I'm saying? He slept with her by himself. Like it wasn't until he was in too deep that where he kept involving other people. You get what I'm saying? But he nowhere in there consulted any brother to be like, hey man, I done messed around and slept with this girl and she married her husband in my army. You need a consult right then. But when you isolate, nah, I gotta figure something out. And the solution that you choose is to often. Like if you're talking to a brother, that's not the solution we coming up with. Like you, but when you don't consult, but you steady trying to go off of what you this is what they say we supposed to do as a man. I go ahead over there and get in trouble with God. And now you in a place where lost all this stuff that you built. You got problems. But a lot of time it's our ego. We be so deeply in our ego. And
Yeah.
and once again, sometimes because I had this problem too, when you are only surrounded around women, you sometimes only get one perspective of you, especially if you're good to them. So like I had my wife, I had women clients. The closest men that I talked to every day was children, my two boys. You get what I'm saying? So I didn't have a good perspective on who I really needed to elevate to as a man because I had no
Mhm.
other men around me to be like, hey bro, this area over here a little wobbly. You get what I'm saying? Hey bro, you ignore this area. Or hey bro, this area that you think you struggling in, you really doing great at, bro. You can back off that one a little bit and divert energy other places. And it make you a better man to your woman because sometimes you think you good to your woman and you're not.
Mm. I wanna say this. Can you hear me? You can't.
She might need a moment. Oh, I don't know which part hit her or if she on the phone, but she put that finger up like she needed a moment.
I was gonna.
Okay, y'all. So I cannot hear them anymore, but we have gone past it. You know how it works. We got a good run. Like we did a good run. Lord, my voice is leaving me again. This is Lord telling me to hush. Listen, man, I cannot hear your response. I'm gonna send you a message. We are like this conversation is not over. I have still a plethora of questions for this specific topic. So I am going to get with them, and there's definitely going to be a part two. And I even want to bring on the young man that was supposed to come on originally tonight. Again, I need y'all to pray for Chicago because the reason he is not on tonight is because of the tornado that hit Chicago. So,
Mm.
um, yeah, there's definitely going to be a dating again after healing part 2. We're going to finish up the relationship file series for this month, and it's probably going to trickle over into September. And hey, y'all seem to love it, so I'm going to give y'all what y'all love. Secondly, I am going to release something to you guys early that the world is not going to see until tomorrow afternoon. Um, y'all know I'm very transparent. I be real disobedient a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I literally thought that because I was doing one thing, it meant that I could get away from doing something else. Or no, I'll take my comprehension in one of the instructions that was given to me in 2000 and hold on y'all, I got the screenshot. I'm gonna tell y'all when the Lord sent the prophet of God to send me the message. I absolutely screenshot it last night. She sent me the message March 23rd, 2022. She sent me the message March 23rd, 2022. If anybody know what March 23rd is, that is my baby's birthday. And she sent me a message. I was actually getting dressed, getting ready to board a flight to Mexico for my first brand collaboration, which for these right here. These right here, right here, right here. But what I am going to let you guys know tonight, because I'm not going to publicly put it out there until tomorrow. I have stopped running and I am opening up my pre-orders for the Ultimate Face Palette. We actually have the mock-up and everything ready for you guys. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the website. Let me show y'all what it looks like. This is her. I know y'all probably can't see that. But yeah, I'm finna go put it on the website. Look at her talking. We thank God for obedience. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the website. You guys can actually go and pre-order tonight. The world will hear about it tomorrow. But again, dating again after healing is definitely gonna have to be a part 2, probably part 3, part 4, because this is a really good conversation and it's a necessary conversation. My whole objective for MirrorTalks is to bring not just spiritual awakening. Oh, I don't like how that sounds because that's what them witches be saying. Not only to heal y'all spiritually, but to give y'all some practical tools to get out there and get what the Lord has for y'all. Because again, the last episode for this series is what if God is not making you wait? But what if you're not waiting on God? I don't know. Y'all gonna see it. But anyway, y'all, I want to thank Chanel for coming up. Thank you so much, Bestie. Matt, thank you so much for coming up. I definitely wanted to have a male perspective on this. I didn't just want it to be women. You know, I love everything when it comes to the black man. So even for the next one, I want to get some more black men. Maybe Pops will come up next time. We'll see. But yeah, dating again after healing is definitely gonna come back in September. Next week, we are going to be talking about green flags that we don't talk about. Green flags that we don't talk about. I think we talk about red flags a little bit too much. How about we talk about some green flags that are good for the soul, huh? So make sure y'all tune in next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be right here, same channel. If you're on Facebook, I'm giving y'all 30 minutes to watch it on Facebook, and then the rest of it will be on. Oh, Pop said I got you. All right, so Pop's coming up next time. But again, y'all, I love you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. I want y'all to go ahead and head over to mdonbeauty.com. Go ahead and get your pre-order. Also, the lippies are on sale, guys. They are still on sale. I don't know when the code is gonna go off. So if I was you, I'd go and get my lippies at a discounted rate. My friend got on what is that? Clarity. My friend got on Clarity and I got on Naked Truth. So yeah, again, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for rocking with us. And I will see y'all right back here next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye.